Ridorana Lighthouse. Woohoo! This queue is probably going to be longer. Ura, are you alive? Ura is not alive. Rest in peace, Ura.
Still same pictures.
Okay, where's the Kugane Tower? I'm gonna try and run up the Kugane Tower again while we wait. Good job, me.
I'm back.
Woohoo! Then we're ready to start the queue. Okay. Woohoo! Section 1 of the tower done. I'm up on this roof thing. Where do I go from here? Here, I guess. Woohoo! There's the next section to go up. Ah, it's here. It's a great sound. Okay, jump. Hop. 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 Haha. Is this?
Oh dear.
How do you make that? And up.
I'll wait for you to just stand where I am.
Hi. The answer is, I do that and I just fall. The answer is I need to get good. Pop.
Oh, dang it.
Woohoo, everyone up on the tower. Really should not be any doubt to anyone that Halabali's the one who got to the top of the tower, because Halabali was our Moon Tower specialist. Victor. Hey! Boo!
Alright, where's the next step? Nope.
I don't think this helps, game. I don't think this is a point to recover from.
Nope.
Okay, how do I get up from here? Oh, there you are.
Hey, there's someone else up here.
Hey! That jump bothers me because I don't. Because it requires me to be so timed.
Yeah.
Nope. I should have committed. I should have committed to the jump. Oh no.
Probably the second hardest jump for this tower.
Yeah, I believe it. I was about to say it's the hardest jump so far.
Oh. Thought I heard someone fall near me.
Might have been me falling above you. Grr. With assistance, I managed to get up to that one, but like, I keep hitting my chest on it. Brother!
Oh. Okay, that's what you meant.
I made it and then I ran off. Good job, Mia.
Oh, that could have been bad. I hit my head against the board. Oh. Ow. Yeah, it probably would be easier as a Lollapalooza. You probably have a better idea where the hitbox is.
Well,
Oh.
Lighthouse time. I wonder where it's going to put me.
Okay. Oh.
Sleepy healer. Seriously, sleepy healer? Ah. Yay! Apparently we're in for a fun time. We will discover Bagaman here within the lighthouse, I'm sure of it. Did Bagaman the Duma give life to that creature? Woohoo! Okay, I should not have been caught in that. Now I've learned my lesson. Oh, right into it again. I also managed to fail to get out of there. I even saw it coming, was like, oh shit.
I need to remember that this is no longer a damaging move.
Yay! Into the ancient entry we go.
I'm getting crazy.
Yeah. People aren't going to wait for us to read that sort of shit.
Unfortunately.
They should, but they don't, because... Is this the math one?
We're doomed.
Math? Yay! Math!
Oh no.
So he remains functional. Let us access the transport nodes.
Oh man, I really need to get straight.
Fire Goat is next, and then math, and something about the time. Ooh, hi Fire Goat.
Oh, is someone starting with the... You'd think they would wait until everyone has a chance to debuff, but...
Yeah, it's kind of not great. That's a downside of the roulette system, is people are in a hurry.
Oh, that's... Ow. Ow.
I did not move fast enough. Okay. I see those.
I see.
bound by the march of time. Gotta get away.
Yep. Well, Yep, I fucked that up, but I understood how I fucked that up as I was fucking it up. So I don't feel bad about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait for this to explode and then I'll accept.
Okay, I think I understand those clocks when there's
Yeah.
like 4 of them.
You line them up and then they set what is gonna explode.
Maybe I did that move by accident.
Yay!
Whee!
Well, this is much better than the other one. Mostly because I'm not trying to remember how to heal while I'm doing it. Architecture here is similar, something, something, something. Clockwork gears. It's just like Tales of Vesperia.
Yeah. It seems like the limit breaker necessary on these. I don't know.
I mean, you may as well instead of, like, because it's gonna come back.
Hmm.
Yay.
Oh, hey, more golems.
Woohoo. Yay! We did it, I guess. This level's really cool.
Hey, we're going counterclockwise.
Remember, folks, 1 is not prime. Well, I mean, that depends on the way you've defined prime numbers, and you want to do that differently for different applications within your algebras. Can we really say that in this particular context?
Well, someone said the robot disagrees.
I was about to say.
Warning, warning, entry prohibited. Oh. Readying reliable, variable weapon override. Oh. Ow. I did not get away.
Cogs begin to whirl. I have gotten healed like every time by Dathan.
Ow.
Also, it's kind of, I'm really annoyed because I had like 100 gauge. So I was about ready to lay out my turret. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Basic computation loader. Go. Lesson.
Loading lesson.
Find current values and speed multiples.
Which one was it?
Calibrate to multiples of 3.
Is it this one then? Apparently not. Or maybe I'm not looking at... Oh,
Calibrate values to multiples of 4. Oh, I see. We need to, like, have the numbers in there. Like, we have to have the number of people.
Ow. Oh,
Wait. I think we need to hit each other or something.
no, I saw people running away. Oh, maybe I should have ran from that.
Subtract.
Calibrate vitals to primes.
Yay!
okay.
We pulled it off somehow.
Somehow.
And I have to book that back up.
I hate math now.
I still don't quite understand what his problems are.
We didn't give him a chance to finish his quiz. Hey, it's our dude. Thank you for the, Are they gonna wait for us to see the cutscene, or are they gonna zoom on through? We'll find out.
Oh, they're doing a ready check.
Garlean swine. Come! The blood of my fallen brothers feeds my hate!
Not ready, the newbies who are enjoying the cutscene. Why would they, like, not see the people seeing the cutscene? They're in such a hurry. Don't you enjoy the game that you're paying money every month to play? Ooh, it's a big robot monster.
Oh, someone's doing limit break anyway. Okay then.
The Empire is a cancer! And I am the Father's blade!
Here, you
I'll tell you, live from live! Escape this!
Okay, you're supposed to go to the opposite field, I think.
I guess. Nope.
No?
I have no idea. No one explained, and they're just like, it's bad.
Well,
Your suffering is not yet over.
Dead.
Escape this!
Woohoo! That's not Dathian.
no. I got caught.
Your pain is my pleasure. Your suffering is not yet over.
Whee! Okay, yeah, it was opposites. Ow.
You will pay for what you have done with blood.
No, that one has not been tackled at all. Thank you for choosing your... Oh, I am not fishing that.
This is far from finished, Guardians. Rush a knife through butter. Your suffering is not yet over. Werewolves, take me straight. Enough. Rush a knife through butter. Your suffering is not yet over. You may have escaped me in this life, but I shall be waiting in the next.
Rawr. Rip friend who was never really our friend. Hello, evil aura signs. Player commendation first. Greed, 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 greed. Need, 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 need. Woohoo!
Oh, come on. I need this minion. Oh man.
Group B didn't even take their copper. Hey, I got a player commendation somehow.
There we go.
Mother's necklace. What's it doing here unless... Hamza, no! What have happened to you?
Oh no.
Oh no! The asshole! It's a pity that he perished and slipped and fell into the cataract. There was nothing we could do. Alma, are you there? I'm here, Ramza. Extraordinary. The stones are different, but the craftsmanship's identical. However did it come to be in Bagaman's possession? Though they appear to be of different shapes, the stones appear to be cut from the same crystal. Oh, they are. Auracite. Auracite? What makes you say that? Can't you feel it? Ah, you can feel it. Can't you, Hurley? Can't you, Hurdy?
Do you recall me telling you that Bagaman considered the necklace special? It was special because it was entrusted to him by Prince Rasler. He was to return to Princess Ashella upon delivering Her Highness from Nalbina Fortress.
A family keepsake. Of course, in each necklace, each Auracite has acted as a lodestone, drawing both our parties thus closer and closer to Ivalice. Indeed, Father, the Auracite guides us. Ramza, are you recovered? Thank you, sister. I'm well now. From what we know of the Duma and the Ortis, vestiges of one's will may endure in an Auracite. Could it be then that the desire of the former owner or creator of these necklaces was simply to return to Ivalice? But who could that have been? Ramza Bove. He wanted people to return to his homeland and uncover the truth behind the kingdom's founding. But why show us the Salian Gok, you ask? Simple. We're being tested. The Auracite is measuring our worth, seeing if we're deserving of the truth. You say these things as if you knew them. But how could you? Nothing we've uncovered suggests anything of the kind. I know you've your doubt, but I can assure you they're misplaced. For now, I must ask you trust me, Lady Murla, Lady Murath.
You.
Lady Murath, since when do you... Ramza, are you feeling quite yourself? Of course I am, sister dearest. I've never felt better. I sense a disturbance in the aether. Father, these necklaces are gifts. Gifts from the old gods who once watched over Ivalice. Proof we have their blessing. With the necklaces and the Otheus we can finally prove. Those wide eyes were not good. Thank you, Gobbo. I know not what came over me. Ramza, you must rest. Leave me be, Alma. Did I not tell you I'll be fine? Asshole's back to normal! Yay, asshole's an asshole again. Another adventure under our belts, eh? Best put pen to paper before the details fade. Thessalia and now Gog. One would think our discovery is more than sufficient to prove Lexentale's claims, at least with regard to Ivalice's existence. Something tells me that until Genomus has proved his ancestors were not the heretics the Church painted them to be, he'll not rest. And then there's the curious case of Ramza. At Alma's throat one moment, all sister dearest the next. It's like a different person when he came to, yet I seem to be alone in wondering exactly what happened to him back in the Lighthouse. You ask this lady, he must have taken quite some bump to the head when he fell. And then again, it didn't take him long to turn back to his spiteful little self, so... all's well that ends well? Ooh, leader of the band. Does that come with a title? Wait. Starcaller. Hey, hex yeah, Grandmaster of Magic. Path of most resistance. Greetings and salutations. I suppose you're wondering whether or not the good Genomus has finally determined where in the world our next adventure will take us? Good news is, he has. Bad news, however. Well, it's not my nature to be sensationalist. Sensationalism is in my job description, so please bear with me when I tell you not all is right aboard the airship Lexentale. Something about Alma's has me deeply worried. I would not trust this information in the hands of my publisher, let alone some sullen gate guard. Shall we continue our conversation on the Prima Vista, away from inquisitive ears? Get me on the Prima Vista.
Next question then. Where exactly did Ramza and his fellowship journey to next? Ah, Gobo. To what do we owe this unexpected visit? I had not planned on summoning you for another several turns of the sun. I apologize if we caused you any worry. Suppose one cannot allow a reporter in their midst and not expect her to report what she sees. Though I did expect a tad more discretion from Miss Murilia. Alma has of late been experiencing difficulties with her health. Chirurgeons have been called upon to discern what exactly is all that ails her. As far as they can tell, there's nothing physically wrong with my sister. Consensus is rigors of an extended stay in a foreign land have taken their toll on her fragile heart. Gobo, when did you... Alma. I'm fine, brother. It's obvious you're not. You must return to your chambers and rest. Forgive me. Perhaps we'll speak again once I regain my strength. Until then, please, look after my father. Now then, where were we? Ah yes, the matter of our next expedition. We discovered during our most recent foray to the Ester Sands, the Dalmascan capital of Rabanastra appears to lie upon the ruins of what can only be the royal city of Lysalia, ancient capital of the lost kingdom of Ivalice. Shortly after, we stumbled across remnants of the legendary clockwork city of Goog, cleverly repurposed into a lighthouse overlooking the Ridorana cataract, remnants of which now sit suspended above the fathomless chasm. Lysalia, Goog, what have they in common, you ask? I'll tell you, they both appear in my ancestors' account of the rise of Ivalice, the Durai papers. And with each new discovery, this forbidden chronicle is now proving Ivalician legend to be more fact than fairy tale. There's no denying the proof, and it is but a matter of time before scholars and historians from across the realm come to the same conclusion. But as you're all aware, my aim as... Oh, he actually has the Garlean thing on his forehead. Finally, I notice it. My aim has never been simply to prove the existence of Ivalice. No, I shall not rest until I've revealed the truth of young Ramza's role in King Delita's ascension, and cleared my ancestor Oren Durai of the false accusations made against him by the Church. Then what are we waiting for? I have a possible destination in mind. Arriving there safely, however, is another matter. To that end, I've enlisted the aid of our company's newest members. Despite my pleas to do otherwise, who knows what trouble these two will see us into. Though I must admit, both Mont Blanc and his brother have proven more useful than I would have dared to imagine. When it comes to usefulness, I am first in the field. Or was it furriest in the field? Would you like to feel my fur, Kupo? Wouldn't you wonder why Ramza despises you so, brother? They do all the work and all you do is jest, Corporal. Ah, but you're mistaken, Hurley. I bear neither you nor your brother any ill will. Any further ill will, that is. If anything, I owe you thanks for your recent contributions. His thanks? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? What happened to the venom-spitting adder we all used to know and hate? Alma certainly seems pleased with the change, but forgive me for not buying into this all-too-convenient transformation. Simply showing the world that Ivalice actually existed would not validate the claims chronicled in the Durai papers. That's correct, Father. The key lies with Ramza Bove. If we can find evidence of his hidden role in history, it'll prove Orin's testimony true and safeguard our family name from ridicule. Which is why I turned the focus of my research to Delita's forgotten companion and his actions during the War of the Lions. It was only then I discovered something most intriguing, an underlying struggle with an unknown force, a force with the power to bring out calamitous ruin. Sounds like a primal. Arasites, the twisted abominations we encountered in both Thessalia and Gog. Lucavi, they're born of these unholy crystals. While nobles of the north and south squabbled over Ivalice's crown, Ramza silently sought to rid the world of a darker evil. Evil manifest from the deepest desires of men and women whose minds had fallen prey to the Arasite. And with each confrontation, old Ramza's fellowship grew smaller. Countless companions lost to a cause that would go unwritten. It was far more important than any clash of armies. So did they endure until reaching the final destination, the Orbone Monastery. Oh, I know this one. The Orbone Monastery. It's where Princess Ovelia was raised. There's a scene about it in the Zodiac Brave story. After Delita emerged victorious in his final campaign, he married the princess to legitimize his claim to the throne of Ivalice. Ah, I see someone's been paying attention. But I don't understand. Why would Ramza's crusade against the Lucavi take him back there? According to the Durai papers, the sinister being who engendered the Orosite was said to have slumbered beneath the monastery. But who or what would have the means to create something so powerful? Ultima, the High Seraph. A seraph? What's a seraph? Seraphs are believed by some to be servants of the gods, divine beings whose only purpose is to carry out the will of their immortal masters. As to whether or not Ultima can claim this title, however, I can't say. Just as there were those who chose to worship Ultima and her otherworldly might, there were equally as many who feared the Visitor and her deadly magics, oft referring to her as the Angel of Blood, for the carnage left in her wake. So it's a primal, then. Interesting. What if the spell gobble claims to have experienced in the Praetorium, coincidentally also called Ultima, was in fact an elegant interpretation of the very magics introduced to Hydaelyn by the High Seraph? That would mean... What would that mean? I've spoken with several colleagues back in Charlian regarding their opinions of the ancient incantation, and while they have yet little to show for their research, they all agree one thing. The manner in which Ultima etherically manifests should not be possible. At least on Hydaelyn. So it would naturally make sense if we discovered the Alligans learned the spell from a being not of this dimensional plane, as to how exactly they convinced the being to impart the knowledge onto them. Not of this plane? What manner of creature are we talking about here? Is it a Voidsent? Likely one similar to Omega. What? How long have you been listening from the shadows, my friend? Long enough. I'm here to deliver the item Mikoto requested. But Sid, there was no need for you to deliver it personally. A Moogle would have sufficed. A Moogle? I trust he won't tear it open the package and show it to some random adventurer? No, this was too important. If you two don't mind, the principal is about to tell us how to find the Orbone Monastery? Would that I could. You don't know? What have we been doing here? At ease, Lady Muirla. The literary papers speak of a cataract situated on the river Zerchel, several leagues southeast of Rabanastra. There supposedly lies the monastery. Zerchel is not a name you'll find on any modern Dalmascan map. Rivers, however, especially ones as large as the Zerchel is established to be, are rare in a nation more than a half claimed by the sand. The river we seek can only be that which bisects Golmore on the Nagshian border. And for that invaluable information we owe thanks to our brothers Moogle. Their travels have made them veritable authorities on Dalmascan geography. Wait, but earlier you claimed you didn't know the monastery's whereabouts. I'm confused. This location's not what concerns me. Perhaps the Moogles themselves should explain. Why, certainly. The verdant valley of vines and vipers very much voyage next is home to the Viera, and therein lies our little problem. The one thing Viera do not suffer is trespassers, even lovable Moogles, Kubo. Our Glam has kept us hidden long enough to see the jungle was teeming with ruins much like those we discovered in Massalia and Gog. But the Viera trackers eventually found us and took us before their elders. We barely escaped with our palms, Kubo. So that is why we're still here talking instead of bound for the border? There are Viera who've spurned the strict code of their tribes, abandoning their people to come and live in the cities of Dalmasca. Finding and recruiting one to our cause might provide us with insights into how to reach the Orbone Monastery ruins. Unfortunately, the nation's current turmoil has not made it easy to accomplish the task. We still require more time. Before boarding the shuttle here, I was stopped by a Banga on the docks. He asked me if I knew a Gobo bar and bid me deliver her a message. I told him he was welcome to accompany me to the Prima Vista so he might deliver the message himself, but the man refused. Mikoto, I saw this device crafted to your exact specifications, but cannot guarantee it'll function as intended, seeing as I had an area subject to test it on. Of course, Master Sid. If any trouble's met, most likely is my design that's to blame. Your confidence in my craftsmanship is flattering, but you sell yourself too short, my dear. Here's to your success. Good day. What the fuck's Omega that Omega's like from another world? I thought it was a robot. Makoto, what the hell's that thing? Why, it's another cutscene, Gobo. I sense you're interested in the package Sid delivered. I have every intention to apprise you of its contents, but first I believe we should speak of Alma's condition. Do not find her illness all too timely. Ginormous and Ramza would like to believe her bouts of vertigo are not but a result of her mind fatigue. But the answer's clear. It's the Aurosite that plagues her. Alma recently confided in me that she would hear her father speaking with the Odious, well before even his first foray to Rapanastra. However, I do not think this is entirely true. Which is not to imply that Alma's been trying to deceive us. Rather, I think she saw something that led her believe her father was conversing with the Aurosite. Moreover, I suspect it was the Aurosite herself that granted her this vision. You recall my hypothesis on distinct frequency NRR-type harmonic isolations and their tendency to promote ethereal amplification? Or when I mentioned that, despite being in the principal's possession for an extended period, the Orpheus exhibited none of the imprinting present in the Duma? No? The Odious has never resonated with Genomus. It has always been his wife's pendant and its Aurosite shard, the Virgo that fueled his passion for Ivalice. No, the Odious is bound to Alma's deepest desires, whatever those may be. The only reasons I can fathom that Alma's not fallen victim to the Aurosite's grasp is her desires are not as strong as those we've witnessed in Argath or Bagamon. That and the ethereal interference caused by other nearby shards. I explained all this to Alma and recommended she destroy the necklace. Yet not only did she refuse, she begged me to keep this revelation from her father. So I did the only thing I could, devised a means with which I might impede or at least lessen the effects of the Odious. This device, which while still incomplete, will amplify the NRR wavelengths emitted by the Virgo. This should work to interfere with those emitted by the Odious, thereby shielding Alma from the brunt of the effect. In the city below is abuzz with word of a Banga brigand loitering about the airship landing. It could be someone we know, Cabal? Probably. Let's go see who's causing trouble. There you are.
Apologies, Gobo. I needed to speak with you and you alone. Don't mind.
Oh, don't mind me, Gobo. I'll be floating over here in perfect earshot.
Why you? What makes you think I won't let you know right here, right now?
Because we're here to offer you a proposition, that's what. We need information on the Goldmoor jungle and thought a man as well-traveled as you might be persuaded to provide some.
Gillimar, you of all creatures should know that it's Viera land. What are you offering then?
Why, the opportunity to tell us what you know. Genomus believes our next adventure lies beneath the jungle canopy, Kupo.
I should have expected as much. Very well, I came to ask you if you'd meet someone. Now it seems that someone may be able to assist Genomus as well. Seeing as you and the principal did right by us before, I don't see a reason why I can't take both of you. Let me know when you're ready to depart for Abanastra. We'll travel in our airship. The Prima Vista would draw too much unwanted attention.
Okay. Woggy's thing. Yeah. Back to a life of bigotry in the clouds, are we?
Of course not. Not that it didn't cross our minds, but when faced with the decision of what to do next, we needed simply remember the dying words of our leader. We decided to re-enlist as Damask and Fusilius.
And the occupying Gallians actually said yes?
Not exactly. We're now with the Resistance.
You no doubt heard about the uprising of Damascus that followed the Doman liberation. How it was crushed under the iron heel of the 4th Legion. Resistance leaders were captured, tortured, and publicly executed. Yet, much to the Empire's chagrin, the gruesome display only served to further rally the survivors.
Remove one head and 2 go back in its place. Remove the 2 and there are 4. A person can die, but an idea lives on. Now there exist several factions throughout the Malska, who belong to one known as the Knight's Tears.
And when we told our commanding officer of our recent crossing with you and yours, she simply insisted that we introduce you. Me? But I wasn't even supposed to be here, Koopa. Not you, Hairball. Her.
I'll meet with the general and hear her proposal, Gobo. If you're not interested, we'll return you to Kogane unharmed, and you have our...
Cora got your tongue? Rabanastra dead ahead, lads.
This way, with many moms to cover before nightfall. I've done as I asked, to bring you the Liberator.
And here I thought she'd be taller. I knew it! A Viera! I'm Fran, proud daughter of Dalmasca and general of the Knight's Tears. Also, Viera came with Shadowbringers. Is this the first Viera from the game?
Might be.
And yes, Moogle, I am Viera. Are you surprised? Yes, I am, in fact. Her kind are all supposed to be living among the trees, having shunned contact with the outer world, Kupo. There are supposedly a few who dropped their homes, but I most certainly did not expect to see one here in the sewer. Indeed. Well, this Banga claims you seek our bone. Does he speak true? These ruins lie deep within Golmore Jungle, a place most sacred to my sisters. They would take great offense were you to defile it with your presence. What is more, Boagi tells me you travel with Garleans, openly aiding those who would see our nation burn. How can we place our trust in one who would do such? My gun has drank of the blades of too many Garleans to count. You know the Empire and its people are one of the same. When you slay an Imperial soldier, you're not slaying an individual, you're slaying the enemy. Your companions, Liberator, are the enemy, despite their supposed change of heart. Ah, you're just being racist, honey. You misunderstand. Kind Genomus does not approve of the Emperor's warmongering. He wants to help Dalmasca and its impoverished masses, Kupo. And what would a Moogle know of my people? Does your blood run Dalmascan red? We could cut you open and find out.
Oh, General, there's no need for threats.
You're right, Boagi. Let us then parley. Parley? Parley. First, the resistance requires men. Men and women from Doma and the Eorzean Lions to join us in ridding Dalmasca of its Imperial invaders. For your past deeds have made you well known to the leaders of both. They'll listen to you, or not. They'll listen to those scions to which you claim allegiance. Second, the resistance requires gold. Gold to strengthen our forces from within. Your allies are in bed with the East Aldenar Trading Company, which continues its dealings with Garlemald, even as you raise your sword against them, profiting from the Empire's rampant aggression. As targets of that aggression, I believe my people are entitled to a portion of the profits. Grant me these simple things, and I'll personally guide you safely to the ruins of Orbone. And what are the Lexentales? See me to victory, I'll take the Emperor himself. Those are my conditions, what say you? I'll deliver your request to the Scions, but I can promise no more. Tell them my demands, but know the fate of your expedition hangs on how well you do so. Well, I say we have our work cut out for us, Kupo. Bragi, you and the Fusiliers are the company of the Liberator. I expect a detailed report on how my demands are received.
Yes, General.
Oh, I bet Alphino's gonna like it. The others will have a harder time, but Alphino will love this. Alice will love this. Not they expect them to be taken seriously. You're a fool to trust them, Princess. So many cutscenes. Ah, what an adventure. Just think by tomorrow we could all be the newest members of the Damasan Resistance. Not that I'm ready to give up my place in the Prima Vista just yet. Hurry, hurry. If I don't tell someone of our adventure quick, I'll positively burst, Kupo. Take me to the tiring room, please. I need to talk to Ramza, and I need to... call Alfie. This woman asks much of us.
The Viera have ever been wary of outsiders. For centuries, there are many tribes remained hidden in the jungles, content with their self-imposed solitude.
Each tribe has its own strict code, and will met swift punishment to any who defy these laws. As such, many a Viera will spend her entire life bound to the territory of her ancestors, unwilling and unable to venture beyond its borders. While the tribes are wholly independent, they've agreed to uphold a single standard: shun all contact with the outside world unless it's protect the jungle. That said, with every generation there are those Viera who long for a life beyond the verdant sea of trees and abandoned their tribes to start a new life in the kingdom's cities. My guess is that
That's
this
that wink,
Fran
wink.
is one such individual, who also happens to be the only individual we know who can guide us to the monastery, Kupo. Seems Gobo's sword arm won't be enough to see us through this predicament. She'll need to don the right mantle of a diplomat if we're to convince the alliances and the East Aldenar Trade Company to grant us aid. What could go wrong? I was gonna just ask Alphino to do it. Ring ring, Alphino!
Someone just gave me a pretzel.
Yes, I know you said not to call this was urgent, but this is urgent. Alright, not exactly, but my superiors have come to a decision on your request, and I thought you might want to hear what they had to say. Oh, and let me preempt my request for immediate disclosure with a reminder that the information is much too sensitive to discuss over Link Pearl. Meet me at the Ruby Bazaar post haste, and I'll duly apprise you of their judgment. Well then, what are we waiting for? Because Link Pearls are insecure, remember? I've read about how you united the whole of Eurasia under a single standard and convinced the Holy See to end a 1,000-year conflict. Compared to that, asking a few soldiers and a coffer of 3 of Gil should be a piece of Rolandberry cake. I suppose we should inform Bwagi down at Kugane Landing of our progress. You mentioned he was to keep an eye for us?
Fighting's easy. Politics is the hard part.
Alphino does the convincing. We do the shooting.
So you have an answer from East Aldenhall already. Impressive. It seems Lady Fram has underestimated your influence among the realm's players. I assume you have no objections to me joining you then?
To the Ruby Bazaar. Hancock awaits in the bazaar. Shall we, Gobo? Lovely lady, and, Banga? I was expecting you would be alone, Gobo. But excuse my manners, I'm Hancock, representative of East Aldenhall Trading Company, assigned to oversee her assets here in Kugane. It's a pleasure to meet you. And I am Yagiri. We apologize for making you come all this way. Well, it's not that far from the landing to... Tataru.
Ow.
Bwagi, was it? I serve Lord Hien, rightful ruler of Doma. I've come bearing my lord's reply to your entreaty. And I am Tataru of the Science of the Seventh Dawn. I'm only here seeing as no one else could be bothered. Well, that and to bear a message from the leaders of the Eorzean Alliance.
Thank you both for coming. I'm Bwagi, formerly of the Damascan Royal Fusiliers. I now claim allegiance to Lente's Tiers, a resistance group seeking to accomplish what you have in Doma and Alamico. What tidings have you brought us?
Allow me to begin then. While the East Aldenhall Trading Company sympathizes with your plight, we are not in a position to grant you the funding you seek. As you're aware, the East Aldenhall Trading Company prides itself on its neutrality, be it in matters political or personal. And what of our relationship with the Eorzean Alliance? Yes, well, what I meant to say is here in Hingashi, the East Aldenhall Trading Company prides itself on its neutrality, be it in matters political and, You must understand our position. Simply supplying coin to any one group would make it appear we somehow favor that group over another. Seeing as we conduct business openly and fairly with everyone, doing so would be sending the wrong message and ultimately harm profits, yes? And by selling to both sides, you maximize profits while good men and women perish. How convenient. We are a business, milady. We do what we must to survive. That doesn't mean, however, we're blind to the needs of our customers or our allies, which is why we support the Eorzean Alliance in their noble efforts to safeguard their realm's freedom through a mutually beneficial arrangement. If it were my choice, I would provide you little resistance with all the funding it needs, but as my good friend Gobo knows all too well, it's not my choice. That little bastard. We need to fly to Ul'dah and shoot him. Please tell me you have better news. I don't like that face. Tataru. Oh, well, now that Hancock's thoroughly lowered your spirits, you won't be as crestfallen when I inform you the Eorzean Alliance will also be unable to provide any assistance.
And let me guess, you did everything in your power to try to convince the leaders of each city-state, only to watch as they politely declined our proposal, claiming an unfortunate lack of intelligence or resources.
How did you... Lord Hien sends his greetings to you and yours, and under normal circumstances would welcome allies still suffering under the imperial yoke. However, word has it the latest attempt at reclaiming your kingdom ended in failure, resulting in the loss of countless lives, including many of the Resistance's leaders.
You're not mistaken. Our army's not what it once was, but those remaining have been forced to take refuge deep beneath the streets of Verova Nostra.
The 4th Legion already defeated you once. Lacking unity and leadership, the current Resistance will not survive another tilt against the Empire's disciplined ranks. If Doma is to join hands with Dalmasca as an ally, you must first prove to us that you'll stand as one.
Doma as a full-fledged ally would serve far better to strengthening our cause than a few temporary soldiers.
Yet even if we're able to wrest Dalmasca from the Empire's grasp, without unity among your people, the resulting chaos could prove even more perilous to the kingdom.
You understand much of our situation. And based on that understanding, you would refuse your aid to Lentis Tiers, am I correct?
Do not mistake me. Lord Hien's refusal is but a message to help you plan your next step.
You have a wise master. He understands that without proper planning, driving one enemy from your midst simply creates room for the next. Lady Fran will no doubt be pleased to hear your response was exactly what she expected.
You knew this whole time your demands would be rejected, yet you still let this farce play out?
You have my apologies, but this was all necessary to prove an important point to our leader. The Lady Fran needed to show the princess just exactly what she's getting herself into, and your honesty today will serve us better than any hollow promise. Thank you.
Wait, what about the Golmore jungle? Can you believe that? We're right back where we started. Principal Ginornis will not be pleased. Principal Ginornis, not Principal Ginormous. Well, Oh, it's back to the Prima Vista.
So,
It's as you say, it's most unfortunate. I suppose we did everything in our power, and that's all one can ask. I still don't understand. Why would Lady Friend send Gobbo on this wild Paisa chase if she knew from the start it'd be for naught? Bwagi mentioned something about Fran being appointed their leader. Whoever that might be. People in positions of power can prove both naive and stubborn creatures. Simply telling a leader she's wrong may not convince her of the fact. Seeing one's plan fail, however, is often the best medicine. Naive and stubborn? Then the resistance is doomed. If a person is imposing as Fran's taking orders from her, chances are this leader is even worse. Well, I would not be so certain, Mont Blanc. My guess is the individual in question is still quite young and inexperienced, and Lady Fran is trying to teach her to be an effective leader through example. By allowing her to make her own mistake, Fran is granting her the ability to learn and grow from it, an experience that will ultimately benefit her when the time comes to make some truly difficult decisions. Now I seem to recall reading that one of the many faces of the resistance before the recent quelling was a young girl of royal blood. Do you suppose... You may cease with your basest presumptions, defector.
The door was open.
And you would be? I would be here on orders from the leader of Lentis Tears. Against my better judgment, mind you.
Greetings, Lady Fran, I presume? I'm Genomus Senlexentail, principal of the Majestic Theatre Company. You and your colleagues are most welcome on the Prima Vista. What is it your leader would have of us?
Well, you failed in meeting even a single of our demands. She recognizes that you were sincere in your attempts to see them fulfilled. For that effort, you are to be compensated.
That's most generous.
Someone needs to give that girl pants. The ruins which you seek are hidden beneath a waterfall here, a point roughly equidistant from the river's source and its delta. You have our thanks, Lady Fran. We will not forget this kindness. Father, I'll plot a course immediately. Ramza, what's going on here? Alma, you should be in bed. I've slept enough, brother. Tell me, who are our guests?
It appears you once again prepare a leap into danger's maw. Keep your wits about you, Gobbo. Lady Fran is strong, but then again, so is Vagamlin. If you'll excuse me.
Are you mad? A trip to the surface in your condition? Listen to me, brother. The High Seraph beckons. She speaks to me through the Otis. The what? There's no need to worry. Makoto and I have already devised a plan. I can help clear our family's name. The Charlian has no say in this. I'm your father and I insist to remain here on the airship. What would your mother say if I allowed aught to befall you? Mother? This is what it's all about, then, is it? What it's always been about. You care not about Ivalice or the Oran name. No, you only seek to use the Aura Sight to bring Mother back. But you haven't been able to do that. You still don't understand how exactly it is the shards translate one's desires to reality. That's where I can help. I can ask the High Seraph, she who created the Aura Sight. Ultima has bid me come to her place of imprisonment. If we free her, she'll reveal unto us the secrets of her creations.
Uh-oh.
Do you hear what you're saying, Alma? Even if there were the slightest chance of bringing Mother back, you can't risk your life in doing so. Your brother's right. We've sacrificed too much already. I cannot bear the thought of losing you. Either of you. It's too late. I'm so lonely, Father. Why must you love Ramza more than you do me? Do not be concerned by your daughter's words, they're not her own. Help me, Raz. Alma.
And
I saw this scene in Baldur's Gate 3. No, no.
Was there?
Oh, gods forfend.
I told you, no one can control the power within those shards. No one.
Gobo, here, take this. It might be the only thing that can save Alma. We must hurry to the monastery.
ow.
Come, we leave for the Gomor jungle now. What, you don't think we should eat Alma's arm and let her drift away into the void and explode from a magic overdose?
What?
God, I wish Baldur's Gate weren't so overproduced. It's just not. It takes up too much hard drive space to be worth dedicating to on computer. Also, I wish it weren't D&D, because, D&D is horrible. Have I your permission to depart? Every moment we tarry hence, my sister she... Go! And hold on, I've set engines to full speed. Ooh. Full speed is very slow.
Brum brum. Maybe it just feels that way because it's bigger.
Welcome to the land of my people. It would be a poor lie if I said I did not miss it some. Alma. Ramsa, help me.
Alma!
Begone!
It's a good thing they pushed her out before it closed. That could have been gruesome.
Oh dear.
Alma, Ramza. What just? Ramza. Uh-oh. Dwagi, to me, this girl is not well. Might I suggest we continue this back at the Prima Vista, Kupo?
Have you the courage to face true evil?
What are you gawping at? The ship's this way, Kupo. Oh, one moment. Do you guys have a repair artist? No? Okay.
Oh dear.
Ah, now Rums is gone. Oh, dearest Tia, what have I done? What have I done? We need to do something, but what recourse is left to us? The only means we had of protecting ourselves could not even prevent my son from...
I'm sorry, Genomus. My design was flawed. Not necessarily, Charlian. We all saw how it succeeded in drawing Alma back from the rift and shattering the Odious. The loss of the boy is not yours to bear. Our focus here should not be on our failures, but we've learned from them. The being beyond the rift, it spoke before claiming Ramza. It referred to you as blood of its invokers. Could it be your ancestors are responsible for Ultima's summoning?
Most certainly not. I've discovered no such inference anywhere in the Durite papers. Besides, tales of the High Seraph existed far before even the earliest of Evolution legends.
And who exactly did summon Ultima? And why does she think them your kin? Look. I have a bad feeling about this, Kupo.
Ramsa dead. You lie about as well as you carry yourself in battle, Orin. I didn't say he was dead, my lord Delita. merely that he abandoned his mortal vessel, entrusting his ethereal soul to the Aetheryte. Why would he do such a thing? Peace has finally come to Ivalice. There's naught to be had from further sacrifice. Han, you might want to be quieter. My mic's picking you up. The kingdom's won, and this victory is as much as it is his as it is mine. He risked life and limb to shield me from the dark that would have seen me perish. I think I need to shut my door. One moment. There we go. That should hopefully not be interrupted by kids playing Terraria with friends. Without him, I will not be standing here before you. It's my duty as both king and colleague to see him saved. Knights to me, we ride for a bone. My lord, wait! Major Glabios, first of the Zodiac Braves, was not the hero the Church would have you believe. He betrayed Mother Hydaelyn for the promise of coin and power, summoning forth a terrible evil from the depths of the abyss. It was believed only one of the land's chosen, only a warrior of light, might stand against this threat. But while victorious in battle, Ramza was unable to see the darkness vanquished. The failure was all that awaited our warrior of light. And what chance do you presume any other might stand? Are you saying I do nothing, then? No, my lord. Ramza is... My brother's final wish before he surrendered is that the Aether was to his name be struck from the annals of history. Aylma, you're unhurt. I was led to believe none but Or in return for Morbone. What is it you speak of your brother's wishes? When it became apparent we were powerless to truly defeat the High Seraph, we chose the only path left to us. Do what Hydaelyn herself did countless centuries past. Imprison Ultima. And as you're aware, my lord, a prison is only as strong as the seal on its gates. Ramza sacrifices his body to ensure the Angel of Blood would never again walk the land, and he believed that if people knew the sacrifice, it would only inspire them to seek out the holy stones and repeat the mistakes of those that came before. If you truly avouch yourself his friend, will you honor this, his final plea? Cheap viewers? Cheaper ban and report. Where's the report? Report. Spam. Spam. Followers sale bot. Get fucked. Woohoo. No, Ramses should not be forgotten. He should be raised up as a hero for his deeds and claim his rightful place at my side. Only he may be my knight gallant. He's gone, my lord. For Ramses was your friend. Before he was my brother, he was a warrior of light. He did what he did for Hydaelyn, and for those who would one day, too, heed the crystal's call. Claim the throne, my friend. Become the ruler of Ivalice and restore peace to this war-torn realm once and for all. Wait, Ramza! Don't leave me, please. I beg you. You'll make a fine and just king, Delita. See you do not stray from that path. Ramza! The stones in these necklaces, you're certain they'll guide the heroes of a new era to Ramza? 'Tis what Ramza wished, my lord. Orin, I don't believe I can bear another farewell this day. Will you not reconsider my offer to remain as a member of my court? It is but a matter of time before the Cardinal and his Temple Knights grow wise to my past. I would not have my presence here implicate you as well. Ramza beseeched me strike his name from history, but like you, my lord, I could not bear the thought of future generations blind to the truth. As such, I penned this chronicle of the hero's journeys. I fear the world, however, is not yet ready for the gospel contained within these pages, nor would the church ever allow its circulation. In fact, I believe they'll confiscate every existing copy and lock them away in their library. And what better way for the words to remain forever preserved than in one of the most highly guarded vaults in all the realm? Then, one day, when the church has fallen out of favor, the chronicle will be discovered and truth will prevail. I must admit, your plan is intriguing, Orin. Once the church learns it was from you who penned this chronicle your life. Gobbo! 'Twas the echo, wasn't it? The removal of Ramsa's name from the history books, the dry papers, the pendants, it was all set in motion by Oren himself? And if the Liberator's visions are to be taken as fact, it appears we now know why what the High Seraph meant by blood of my invoker. She was not speaking of ancestors in the sense of actual kin, but the line of those chosen by Hydaelyn to serve her as warriors of light. But then why abduct Ramsa or Alma unless there's something you haven't been telling us? She's using us to lure Gobo. It's her vessel the High Seraph desires. Matron's teats. Alma, how long have you been away? I've been a fool. I told our leader that it did not matter if our request for aid was refused, for I had an alternative ploy.
General?
It's all right, Bwagi. My intention was to claim one of these Arasite in the name of the Resistance, and use its power to lay waste to the Garlean occupants. Only now do I realize how flawed my ambitions were. You mean this whole time you were playing us for fools? Why didn't we see it earlier? Never trust a woman with ears longer than mine, I always say. You've every right to be angry, and I apologize for misleading you. But believe me, I no longer have any desire to deceive you and yours. I'll see you to the Orbone Monastery and ask not in return, but that you let me join you in your rescue of Ramsa. Don't only misunderstand me. I do not do this for any one of you. I do it for my people in Golmor and Rabanastra. People who may die if this High Seraph is allowed to return to power. Quest accepted! Oi! Oi! Yay! Are we ready?